Today we are discussing how do the planets influence somebody's wealth. I'm Fox RedSky. I am your soul coach and your astrologer and the host for Astrology Obsessed. So I am discussing today how do the planets influence somebody's wealth. If this is your first time to my channel, or if you're new to astrology, please be sure to check out my other videos and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any new upcoming videos. So we're discussing how do the planets affect somebody's wealth. Now, if you don't know anything about astrology, I have some videos where you can kind of learn and discuss your natal chart. So we have our houses and we have our planets. So what specific planets, and let's take a look at it through the lens of, creating abundance, creating and amassing physical wealth. So the first planet on our to-do list to really look and see how the planets will affect somebody's wealth, their standing is, let's take a look at Saturn. So Saturn gets a bad rap because, it's a tough teacher. It's trying to get us more disciplined. It's trying to get us more stability. And if there's any foundation that's wobbly or not really holding its own, Saturn's going to find the cracks and Saturn's going to, it's going to come down. So Saturn, in regards to wealth and wealth building, it is, I would put it up to old money. This is something that has a long, firm foundation. So the way that you can use Saturn to attract wealth is through construction, through the production of minerals, mining minerals. If this is in your fourth house, sometimes it's, in terms of childhood in a natal chart, it's not the most pretty, happiest, maybe a strict upbringing, but at the same time, it's also a really good placement for real estate investments, long-term real estate investments, possibly even inheriting some real estate, inheriting the farm or something like that. So I know most of the time, typically inheritance has to do with 8th house because this is shared finance. But Saturn in the 4th house can definitely mean really good places. So that would be a place where you would want to start to allocate your funds if you have Saturn in the 4th house. Also, Saturn can be one having to do with actual building. We are creating, whether it's through construction, roofing, painting, you're creating and manifesting something physical that's going to take some time, but that's where you're going to have your greatest yields for wealth and prosperity and money. Another planet we'll take a look at is Jupiter. So Jupiter strongly affects abundance and wealth. Jupiter amplifies whatever planet is in nearby. It amplifies whatever planet it's sextile to or trine to. And it just, it's the second largest heavenly body in our solar system, and it is constantly growing. So Jupiter strongly affects money. Now, how that affects it in your chart, your natal chart, that's something that I would, have to go by an individual basis to find out exactly how Jupiter is enhancing your money and creating the wealth in your life. So sometimes it can be badly placed, but for the most part, Jupiter, it always enhances. Alrighty then. So this next planet we're going to talk about is Mars. So Mars. Why is Mars so important in terms of being able for somebody to acquire wealth, being able to influence somebody's ability to acquire wealth? And that's simply stated is it has to do with personal drive. Not people can be born into money. People can have all the opportunities that are right there in front of them, but if they don't have the drive, if they don't have the willpower that's pushing them, that's pulling them in that direction, then there's a highly, chance that they won't even take advantage of that opportunity to acquire wealth, or even the want or the need for it. So not everybody is driven in that way. And so Mars definitely helps provide wealth because it provides the personal drive. Also, a lot of people that have Mars aspected with different planets might be also getting wealth through owning machinery or car lot or You know, sad to say, but, you know, maybe even owning weapons or selling weapons or weapon manufacturing. This all has to do with how Mars provides wealth through, you know, war, which is sad, you know, but that Mars is a war planet. So it affects our personal drive, and also a lot of typical people with heavy Mars influence will acquire wealth through these kinds of means. Not everybody, but, you know, some. The next planet that we're going to discuss is Venus. So Venus is the main indicator of wealth in your natal chart. It's either going to be how you acquire it or gain it. Now you can, you know, Venus, I know, is the planet of beauty, but it's also the planet of luxury and abundance. So this is, you know, you can acquire wealth through your career. You can acquire wealth through investments. You can acquire wealth through, you know, maybe having very well connected, you know, so wherever, and or even maybe through marriage, through a husband or a wife. So depending on where your Venus is in your houses is really going to say to me where you're going to be drawing and attracting wealth, but also what is it sextiling? What is it, you know, trining or in conjunction with? These are so many indicators as to how and where you're going to draw the most wealth in your life in this lifetime. Now, I have been really inspired to do a 10 video series just about Venus and all the different combinations in regards to you know, all of the planets, you know, and how they will actually affect the bottom line, or, you know, will actually really determine what you're going to do and how you're going to attract wealth in this lifetime. So it's a great series. I'm looking forward to it, to really doing it, and, you know, giving y'all an opportunity to kind of really be more specific to your chart. And if you know your natal chart, you can kind of look at this and be like, oh yeah, I have this. And then you can really say, okay, well, this is where I need to put my energy. And that's where it's going to be the fastest. I mean, water likes to flow, man. You know, we all want to go where our energy isn't going to be stagnant, where it's going to flow and build and grow, and you know, always have patience with all these things. So the next thing I want to talk about, so that really kind of summarizes how do the planets how might they affect somebody's ability to acquire wealth in this lifetime. The next indicator, big indicator of wealth, though, is part of fortune, or lot of fortune. And I'm really excited about this because this is something I'm learning myself. And I always like it when I can learn something new about astrology, especially about the history of it. And so this really kind of comes from the Arabic parts of astrology. And so I'm actually going to make 2 videos about that. One specifically about the Arabic astrology, which I'm so excited for because it has a beautiful, I mean, this is like stuff that's in that, you know, goes into antiquity, like into Hellenistic and Babylonian astrology, to just focusing on a 12 zodiac series of part of fortune. So that's just a little kind of teaser as to what I'm going to be doing in my upcoming videos, where I'm really kind of focusing my energy and where I feel drawn to share with you as I'm learning and growing. I want to, you know, share the experience of my knowledge as it expands. So I want to thank you so much for joining us. Please be sure to like and subscribe. If you want to be in contact with me more, I have links in the description on ways to be able to get a reading from me or to get some one-on-one coaching. I want to thank you, and however you are, wherever you are in the world, I just want to say God bless you. I'm sending you mass love. So talk to you soon.